when the president came on and spoke, I could see the changes that he'd made. But Reagan had a funny affect. He was appropriately upset and crestfallen, but a leader and an explainer. But I could see by the end of the speech, he didn't feel it had done the job. He didn't feel Abe Lincoln had a phrase. He'd say of a speech that didn't work, that didn't scour. That didn't cut through the land like a good plow. I could see in Reagan's eyes that didn't scour. And you know what? There was no way, there were no words that could make anybody feel better. There were no words that could soften this jarring tragedy. We'd never had one like it, losing astronauts during a space flight. So anyway, I went home sad that night. He went back to the residence sad. State of the Union called off, held in the future. And Reagan was a little blue. And then Frank Sinatra called. Now, Frank Sinatra was a beloved friend of Ronnie and Nancy. And Frank Sinatra was their supporter. But Frank Sinatra didn't call after every speech. And Reagan picked up, and Sinatra told him, that was everything that should have been said. That absolutely, don't be blue. Because Reagan told him, I don't feel so good. He said, no, it was right. And Reagan kind of reconsidered after that. I know this story because I came in to work the next day, and there were all these messages from people like Speaker of the House Tip O'Neill and Secretary of State George Shultz, people who, believe me, did not call me. And I'm looking at the little pink notes, and then Reagan called, and he was so gracious and so lovely and thanked me for my work and talked about the day. And then he said that he had not felt we had hit it. And I said, Mr. President, I could just tell. And he said, but then Frank called me. And I really reconsidered it based on what he said. And I thought, well, if Frank's happy, I'm happy. What the heck?